a few of you been here. Awesome. So, one of the key things which I want to tell you is like you wake up, your life looks good, the career, the family, maybe even it is purely picture perfect. And you also have a picture perfect social media feed too. But you know what? Inside, you might be feeling a little low. You might be sensing some stuckness, like you're running on a treadmill, but you're not going anywhere. You're emotionally stuck. But if that's you, you're not alone. And that is where in today's episode, we are going to talk about these things. So, and in this episode, which is like your first step off that treadmill. So, today we have our host, we have our guest. Okay. So, welcome to the show. And I'm Poonam Jain. And today we are going to dive into an important conversation, which is very critical for every single woman who is kind of listening out here, this aspect with me in this moment. Okay. So, what it is all about, we are going to talk about why so many women feel emotionally stuck, even when their external world seems kind of very stable or perfect. And to guide us through this, I am thrilled to welcome a woman who works deeply with exactly this issue, the incredible Rinku Jain, who is also my sister and is has started off her own services or her own, I would say, work in the name of Solace. So, welcome, Rinku, to our session. So, Rinku is also a certified coach. She's a certified psychologist and she works a lot with women and teenagers. She guides them and she mentors them. And she's also kind of mentoring people who are studying psychology as a subject and wanting to complete their education in psychology. So she is here with us. So welcome, Rinku. You know what? I want to ask you this thing very important. So, Rinku, you have worked very closely with women through your Solace, right? Through your establishment of Solace. So, let's get this straight to it. Why do so many women feel stuck emotionally when their life still looks stable or perfect from the outside? What do you think are the hidden factors we are not talking about?
Thank you, Poonam, for calling me on your platform and yes, giving me an opportunity to interact with a lot of women out there. Now, when we talk about women anywhere in the world, they are thought of, loving, caring, nurturing personality.
Mm-hmm.
And they have been conditioned right from their childhood that they have to take care of others. They have to be a mother, they have to be a sister, they have to be a wife, and all this into inverted commas, they have to be good in all the roles they play. And over the changing period of time, they have to even manage finances. They have to go out and work. So some have choices for not going out, some have to do it compulsory, and some really want to do it. What I find is that these women, they are very strong outside, no doubt in that, because they are playing so many roles, handling so many things, juggling between work and home and children and a lot of things. But there is some silence in their mind, some emotional grudges they
Mm-hmm.
have, some emotional burden they are carrying inside because they never speak their heart out. They never tell about their wishes, they never tell what they want in life. Okay, parents said, fine, I'll do it. Husband said, okay, fine, because they don't want to create nuisance at home. Because if they talk, they ask, then what? They invite trouble. There are
Mm-hmm.
clashes at home. The peace at home is disturbed because the man of the house doesn't want to adjust. And if I say, maybe some people may be thinking, oh, she's talking so old things. But today also it's the same thing. I got married 20 years back, and the story, what I see, now is the same when I was about to get married. The same scenario, the same expectations from the women, the girls, that they have to be really, really good with everything. Even though they are bringing World Cup to our India, to our country, or they are traveling Mars, they are traveling into space, still they are expected a lot of things at home.
Mm-hmm.
So that underlying suffering is the repressed desires, what they never spoke of. So even if we see them outside very strong, inside they are struggling with their own things. And that's why they feel their life is just stuck at one place and they're not moving anywhere.
Wow, that's so powerful. And for all the souls who are listening to this, and if you have felt that this is something which is connecting with you, just take a deep breath and exhale. And if you're able to relate to this, I want you to go ahead and write down in the comments, in the chat, yes, because that will help us to know that you are feeling connected with what we are sharing out here, because this disconnect is real. The disconnect that what Rinku spoke about, that though everything seems perfect, but there's something deep inside where you feel that silence, where you feel that stuckness. And I agree, because not every place, most of the places still consider and still go with what it was there even 20 years ago. In fact, the expectations with women have increased a lot because they are managing the house, they are managing the outside things, their work, and at the same time, they also have to balance, or they're expected to balance between the work and the professional life in a way where everybody is happy. You are happy, others are happy. And I don't know, that's really a lot of burden that's coming in. So if you feel any of these connect, just go ahead and type yes in the chat window, because we will get to know that you feel that connect deeper with this. So, Rico, let's go a little deeper more onto this mechanics of that disconnect. So, what do you think are the specific psychological patterns or beliefs that keep women stuck in the same emotional cycle? Is it people pleasing? Is it perfectionism? Or what do you see is the biggest culprit for this?
A good question, Poonam. What are the beliefs and patterns? So, some first most important thing is women don't believe in themselves.
Hmm.
They all, most of them seek validation from others, and the conditioning what they get from their mothers, grandmothers, that when you serve others, when you look after others, then only your value is mentioned.
Hmm.
So that is first fear of being getting rejected if they are not doing things perfectly, right? Because
Right.
they have been told ki ye, this is not you have done correctly.
Hmm.
Hmm? You're not cooking properly, you're not taking care of children properly, you're not start nowadays, so you're not studying properly. What are you going to do? What's your career? You don't even know how to do this online things, a lot of things. They have been judged. So the belief comes that do I value myself?
Hmm.
The
Right.
woman doesn't value her own work if she's a housewife.
Hmm.
She thinks that whatever she's doing is not worth. Why? Because I'm not getting paid for it. I'm not getting appreciated for it. What is this? An external validation. If somebody praises my work, I'm a good housewife. I feel, yes, I'm worth. If somebody says, wow, you're doing a great job, you're working outside, you're handling the home, you're handling the children, I'm proud of this. But when I don't get this validation, then do I value myself? The work, what I'm doing at home, I
Hmm.
don't value it until I get a validation. When you're doing a job, you get validation, right? You get a promotion, you get a salary hike, you get some appraisal letter, you get some prize, some clappings,
Right.
some bonuses. So you feel, yes, there is some worth. People are acknowledging my work. At home, if nobody acknowledges you, you don't
Mm,
feel its worth. So you're asking about the beliefs and patterns? Yes, this is the belief that I'm not worthy. This is the pattern that until and unless I'm not being validated, appreciated by others, I'm not happy or satisfied. So
mm,
fear of judgment is there, fear of rejection is there if I don't do or please others. What will I do if I'm not working? How will I live alone?
mm.
So what I want to say is believe in yourself. Whatever you're doing, whether a housewife, a working woman, or juggling between whether you're married or unmarried makes no difference. You have to value it.
Great. And thanks for sharing that, because one of the very important aspects is, do you believe in yourself? Do you value yourself? And I think as a human, many times since childhood, there's always a validation that comes in. There's always a validation that we look forward for, like what are the people around us telling about us? What are they thinking? Do they really consider my work to be of some value? Especially when you're at home, when your housewife is what we say, when you're working at home, doing the household chores, and when you're at work, how does that happen? So, very powerful thing. And I would really want all the audience listening to kind of let me know, take a pause and understand, do you value yourself first? Are you looking for the validation? So, I want you to go ahead and answer to these two questions. Do you value yourself? If you value yes, type VY. Do you look for validation? Maybe no, maybe yes. Go ahead, let's see what is the audience talking about here and seeing about what it is going to be there for all of us. Great. Thanks, Grace. Thank Arti. Thank Kuku for that inputs and insight. Thank you for this. And all these patterns are manifesting in our daily lives, consciously or subconsciously. They're working in our mind, they're working at our energy level as well. So, Rinku, I want to ask you, because you have been working with a lot of people around, and not just at a place, but you're working with people globally. So, what are those some real life situations where you have seen that uh, women really feel emotionally drained or disconnected from their lives or from themselves? Any examples or anything that you would want to share with our listeners so they can start seeing whether they're able to connect with it or not?
Yes, very much, very much. Almost every other woman I meet. Now I had gone to a, all women group trip. We were 10 of them. And
Okay.
everybody had their own stories with a varied age groups, right? From
Mm-hmm.
30 to 65. But the gist of everybody's story was that they don't know how to say no,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And the daily women I meet around me, whether they're my friends or the colleagues, or even for that matter, the house help,
Mm-hmm.
everybody, what they say is that our work is very monotonous. We cannot say no to our family.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if we talk general examples, okay, I won't mention any names or something. But if a man is hurt or is having a headache or something like that, what does he do? He just announces, "I'm having a headache. I'm going to sleep." That's it, and he's off to sleep. Now take the other scenario that a woman has a headache.
Mm-hmm.
A woman could be anyone. Okay, the mother, the sister, the wife, the daughter. Big enough, daughter also big enough, not young, an adult,
Mm-hmm.
and they have an headache. Hmm? So they announce, okay, I'm having a headache. Oh, I want to sleep. She doesn't say I'm going to sleep. She says I want to sleep because I'm having a headache.
Right.
What the other family members, including the other women of the house, oh, you're having a headache. Uh, have you finished this work? Have you finished this work? And what about the food? What about this? What about that?
Mm-hmm.
After you do something, then, or what you do is take a pill, you know, medicine. And this is not the time to sleep.
Hmm.
What happens then? Once, twice, the third time, the woman, when she's not getting a support from other women of the house,
Hmm.
leave the men aside, she stops telling her problems. She goes into silence or she becomes a rebel. When she becomes a rebel, then she's not a good, good inverted commas. If she becomes a silent, then she is very proud of herself. Oh, she has so much of pride. She doesn't interact with people in the house.
Hmm.
So she becomes withdrawn. And this is a story of every other woman you see around. And I feel bad that why women don't help women. Why do we always have to blame the men for our suffering?
No.
So here I'm not talking gender biased or gender discrimination. I'm
Hmm.
talking the facts what I've seen around me. And when we don't share our emotions, when we don't share our feelings, how will others know? We don't have to wait for their validation, We have to can also announce, oh, I'm not feeling well, I'm going to sleep. Don't disturb me for next 2 hours. Go lock the room and sleep. What's the problem? But there is a
Hmm.
fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of if these people don't talk to me properly,
Right.
if these people are not happy with me, even her own children for that matter.
Hmm.
And children can be daughter or son, anyone. So,
Right.
here, that is one pinch I get in my heart. So, whenever I counsel women, whenever I tell them that you have to believe in yourself, you have to express your emotions, express your anger, express your happiness, pat yourself, treat yourself. You want to have an ice cream today? Go and have alone. Why are waiting your husband, your son, your
Hmm.
sister, or your somebody is coming along with you? It's your happiness. Just go and enjoy. Or take a friend along. So love yourself, believe in yourself, right?
Right.
And help other women to achieve this.
Hmm. And a very powerful thing you mentioned, Rinku, is about irrespective of the gender,
Yes.
are we supporting ourselves, our own tribe, and also the people around? And are we, and what reminds me here is, are we playing kind of a victim card? Or are we trying to empower ourselves along with others? Or are we trying to pull them down? Which is like a very most important aspect of things for every listener out here to understand. Are you empowering yourself and empowering others, or are you pulling down others? Or and in that same aspect, you're pulling down yourself as well. Because remember, we are talking not just about the emotional patterns out here, the beliefs, but also about the energies that we are all connected with. Because knowingly and knowingly, we all are connected with each other's energies, and one energy going down can have the power to bring other energies down. Similarly, one energy going up and higher has the power to bring the other energies also up and higher. But it's really very important of how do you really go with, and the most important aspect is believe in yourself, support each other willingly with complete heart is very very important. So thanks for sharing that, Renko. And now you have painted a very clear picture of some of these problems, some of these patterns and beliefs. And I know a lot of women out here are like, yes, I can connect with it. And maybe I'm not just alone out here, because there are experts talking out here. They have spoken to so many people around, and there is something which we see as a commonality between a lot of these things happening around. So they're kind of having a little sigh of relief. Probably I'm not just the one out here, which is so nice. But now I think they're also thinking of like, but yeah, what can I do now? What is the, how do I start with this reset? How does that really begin? Because if a woman recognizes herself in the conversations that we are having right now, the listeners, the audience, I'm pretty sure they've started feeling that little shift within themselves where they're first like able to now acknowledge what is the belief pattern they're going through, what is that things which are somewhere help kind of keeping them stuck. But let me also ask you, what is that first simple, very non overwhelming step that the listeners can take, that this woman can take to start her own healings and moving towards an emotional reset, moving towards the goal that they're looking for? So, what's your view on this, Rinku? What is that one simple step or
See,
the
the
first
simple,
simple step?
yeah, sure, why not? The simple step is that women really don't know what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing what they should do is pick a pen and paper, go
Mm-hmm.
in a quiet corner of your house. If your house doesn't have a quiet corner, go in a park
Okay.
and write down the small, small, sweet, sweet things what they always wanted. It could be an ice cream, it
Mm-hmm.
could be a painting class, it could be having that sari, or it could be doing that cooking for some income, or
Mm-hmm.
something like that, which they always wanted to do, but they didn't do due to any XYZ reasons. And now, somewhere in their unconscious mind, it is hurting them.
Mm-hmm.
Here, out of the way, I would just want to mention that
Yeah.
our unconscious mind saves all the repressed memories, what we were not able to do.
Hmm.
And that comes out as that emotional drain, which you were talking about.
Right.
That comes out in the form of anger, hatred, irritability. And we blame it to most of the time the hormones,
Mm-hmm.
the PMS, the menopause, the perimenopause, something like that. Of course, that is there. But that small, sweet things which we never did due to any reason, the reason could be us or the reason could be others. List down on a pen and paper 10, 20, 30, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
without thinking, "Ki, will this be anytime fulfilled?" Don't think that. And as always, you say, Poonam, we have to manifest things what we want,
Right.
not what we don't want. The universe listens want. It doesn't listen the don't word. I want a small income source. I want a beautiful sari I saw yesterday. I want an ice cream today. This Sunday, I would love to have my favorite dish.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the small, small wishes which we can write down,
Right.
manifest, and see the shift starts there.
Hmm.
You start feeling to be belonged. You start feeling that yes, you are a human who could have so many wishes.
Right.
Okay, don't add the word but and don't add the word don't.
Hmm.
That's what a simple advice I would like to give to all the women, rather everyone who's listening to this beautiful podcast,
Mm-hmm.
that write your small, small wishes without thinking whether they will be fulfilled or not. Ask the universe. And as Poonam says, the energy shifts, manifestation does happen.
Wow, that's so powerful thing, Rinku. And I just also want to let the audience know, if you have any questions, please go ahead, put it into the comments and chat. We can bring it here and we can get those addressed too. And I'm pretty sure, because this is a very very simple step, because everybody has a pen and a paper at home. Yes, of course, finding a quiet place at home might be a little difficult for some of you, but then you can always go ahead, as Rinko said, going to a park and taking that space for yourself, or to that matter, even going into a coffee shop, enjoying a coffee and getting this activity done. So, how many of you are committed to start doing this activity at least in this week? So, if you are, just type 100 in the chat in the comments window, because that will help me to know that you are really committed to go ahead and get this going in terms of what the actions are going to be there. Great. Thank you, Aarti. Thank you, Gitanjali. Thank you, Grace. Yeah, very powerful statement that you mentioned, Aarti, is like see yourself as an individual first. Thank you, Grace. 100% commitment. Thank you for that. That's so nice. So, Riku, what I also want to understand is how has been your experience and how do you connect these aspects of women that you're talking about with the energy healing things? So, what is your view and what has been your experience around it?
Personally, my experience, I never used to believe, in energy healings.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, when I read the book, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne,
Yes.
so that was the first step. I got to know, yes, I'm not manifesting what I want.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just, generalizing things. Ye nahi hai, this is not that, this is not that. And second, I heard the Sushmita Sen speaking in one of her speeches
Mm-hmm.
that you have to focus on a single thing and see how it manifests.
Mm-hmm.
That thing could be anything what you want, genuinely. I took your sessions also when during the Corona time for my financial problems.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the financial abundance course, what you did, what it was just that I need an income source. I was focusing on, I don't know this in Corona, I don't know that, I don't know online, I don't know Zoom. But
Mm-hmm.
when I attended the sessions on financial abundance by you, I understood that I have to ask the right thing. I have to ask for a source of income. The things fall in place. Until today, they are falling in place. So when
Wow.
I said take a pen and paper and write your wishes, my bucket list. This year I had a lot of bucket list, and I think by the end of December, 95% of my bucket list will be fulfilled.
Wow, that's awesome.
So if anyone wants to read, they can read The Artist Way also. It is also helping you to,
Mm-hmm.
that thing. So make your own bucket list, small, small things, big things related to your work, related to your, relationships,
Mm-hmm.
or for yourself. And manifest it by telling the universe that I want this. Be specific. Things fall in place. So, of course, energy healing does improve, whether you do it on your own or you take a mentor from it. So, everyone should have a bucket list, especially the ladies out there.
Right. And that's really powerful because I'm not sure how many of them are having because the listeners who are here, just go ahead. Wow, I see Kuku giving a high five. Great. That's absolutely right. Because I think when we're talking about why women still feel that stuck in spite of everything going, because one important thing that Rinku has brought in having your own bucket list, which means also having what are your own desires, what are your own wishes, what are those things that you would want to do. Keep aside those limitations around. Don't think about maybe I don't have enough money. Maybe I'll not get the support. Maybe people around me are not supporting me. Maybe there is nobody around me to take care, or there is nobody around me to take me out or help me, support me, do those things. So I definitely want like let go of those limitations. Go ahead and write down all those things that you want to that you desire. And that's exactly when we're talking about the bucket list because I have seen her personally as we have spoken about. We started with these sessions during the online sessions, especially during the COVID times, and I have run multiple of those financial abundance courses. A lot of them have benefited, and today Rinku is kind of running this whole entrepreneurship for Solace. And not only that, but she is empowering maybe thousands and thousands of more people and many more people who are getting connected with. So it's really very important where your beliefs, your patterns, your energies, your thoughts, your actions start getting aligned. And you'd always keep listening this from me. Your thoughts, your words, your actions, your energies all have to start getting aligned, and you have to start kind of releasing what is not really working out for you. So, Riku, this is another question that I would like to ask you. Maybe you want to, if you could share. What are what is those aspect of things? Because one of the questions which keeps coming to my mind, and also what I've heard from people, is like they want to really move ahead, but still they're not able to. They have created this list, but still they're not able to move. They believe in themselves, but still they're not able to move. So, what do you think that, yes, everything for them is there? They talk about it, maybe they think about it, still they feel that they're not moving. So, do you feel that there is something more deeper connected to it?
Yes. You know, I always got compliments that you're so talented, you're so well educated because I'm a double postgraduate. I've done my B.Ed, and so many students I've taught, right from 5 years to 70 years, all age
Right.
groups I've taught and counseled and so many things. But then sometimes in life, situations have come where I was literally drained out and I used to feel that my life is nothing. Like I'm
Mm,
not able to do things.
right.
Now, why this happens is lack of action.
Mm,
Hmm? I have a bucket list. In that list, I said, this Sunday, I want to have my favorite food. And I'm going to make that only. I'm not going to listen to you. But when Sunday comes, others demand this, 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 this. Where is my wish?
mm,
Why should I make? Yeah, so many dishes I have to already make. Just forget it. I won't make my dish. You've not taken action. How will you get that feeling? That happiness, that nice thing, that mera wala wo. There was an ad, of a paint Asian paints mera wala pink.
that's true. Yes, I remember that.
Yes. So mera wala dish kahan hai? Where is that
Mm,
dish? I didn't make it because I was too tired making others. I could have easily said, hello everyone. Two dishes today. One of them is my favorite dish. Others can give me an option. That courage and that action.
mm,
Going out for an ice cream is an action. Now, why I'm talking to very basic levels? Because
right.
there only people need a push. If you're already into corporate, handling so many things and so much team, you don't need a push. You will do it. Where do you need a push is at the base level.
Mm,
Don't doubt. Oh, if I eat the ice cream, what will others say? How will I go alone? Alone, kahan? Where do you have to go? Just order it on a Blinkit. Order
yeah.
it on Zomato. Everything is available. But
Nowadays,
then
that.
again, you question, oh, I should order for myself alone. Baki log.
Mm,
So when you take that action, that small little action, you feel that happiness. You feel that confidence in that little action. See the shift in energy. All your blockages will go. This trip, what I did in October, I'd been planning from past 2 years. Can you believe it?
yeah.
And then I cancelled it twice because I was not getting confident. How will I travel alone? I never did that with
Mm,
strangers. But then I pushed myself. Why? Before that, I just completed my small, small wishes on my bucket list, gaining confidence.
mhm.
And then finally, I've jumped it. Let's go.
Wow, that's
And
so
it
powerful.
was really a change.
Yeah, and I can see that confidence coming in because for a lot of them, one, that you go ahead, create your list, but you remember that but comes in and then you don't take an action. Or that list is lying somewhere down, it's just there or it's on the table, and every day you see it and like, oh yeah, there will be one day when I'll be able to do. And Rinko has brought that very important because your foundations, your basics have to really be very strong, and taking action is one of the key things. And taking actions consistently is the most important part. Maybe the first time, as she said, she planned out the trip. She was thinking about it since last 2 years. She planned it multiple times. She's cancelled it 2 to 3 times already. And then this was the October when she was like, I have to just go ahead and take that action, move on.
Here, I would love to add
Yeah,
one thing. It's
go
related
ahead.
to NLP actually.
Yes.
NLP, everybody must have heard neuro linguistic programming, where you just
Yes.
rewire your brain and manifest what you want. So, in that one important thing, the trainers, most of the trainers would have heard, is that don't use that but in your life.
Yes.
Lekin. Because after what you say, when you say but, and after that, whatever you say, you manifest that. Hmm? I want to go for an exercise, but
Mm.
I don't wake up. So what you do and do and what you end up doing is you don't wake up.
Mm.
But if you like, if I say I want to do exercise, I am going to wake up. The but is not there.
Right.
So both the things will manifest.
Wow, that's so awesome. Great. So that's really nice. And one of the things which I want to kind of also bring into the audience's attention who is listening to us, because as I said, that one of the key things and what you're listening is also that you have to take the action, you have to prepare the list, you have to plan it out and start working. So next month, on the 14th of December in Pune at JW Marriott is where I'm going to be a part of this training session where I'm going to train you how to get that list, how to move towards from the stuck feeling going upwards, and also make sure that you kind of see the 2026 flourishing for you. And remember, 14 December is not just any other date, it is a special alignment which is happening in the universe, and it's a very carefully thought date for all of you. So if in case anybody is interested and want to register for this energy reset, please go ahead and message us. The link would also be available in the comment section for you to go ahead and register. So, Rinku, while we are talking about this, and before we start sharing your contacts to people, of course, they can see the number which is scrolling on the screen. But at the same time, I want you to tell what is that one powerful message you want to give every woman who is listening and feeling stuck right now so that it stays in their mind and they just want to go ahead and work on it. What is that one powerful message you want to give?
I just want to tell them, find your USP,
Mm-hmm.
your unique quality. Every woman has her own unique quality, and she should find it, and she should nurture it, and she should go ahead with full potential and achieve it.
Well,
So that is what I would want this woman to do.
and that reminds me because each one of us has a DNA and the DNA is unique. So you already have that uniqueness within you. You just have to go ahead, unleash it from yourself within because inside you're already unique because that's the DNA that you're carrying. Yeah. DNA is very specific to you. And so you already have that uniqueness. You just have to go find it out and work that out. That's really very powerful thing which you have shared, Rinku, because that's what I think exactly everybody needs to know, needs to hear. And Rinku, your work is a perfect match for what you're doing, helping women, and also very much aligned to what we're doing for this energy reset program. And I just want all of you to just go ahead, look at it, and register if you feel that there is some calling, there is something which is looking forward for that shift, and you want to kind of get your authentic self. So let's see if there are any questions from any audiences out here. Oh, thanks, Parvati. Thank you, Rinku Didi, for sharing your thoughts and encouraging us. Yeah, this is really very encouraging. How many of you feel that this is really very encouraging? Go ahead, throw some hearts and love for this conversation that we are having around here. And before we kind of wrap up, so Rinku, where can people follow you or reach out to you? Of course, we are displaying the number on the YouTube channel, but is there any other things that you would want to talk
Yes,
about?
they can connect on my number through WhatsApp messaging, or they can visit my website www.rinkujain.com, which has all my details and my services, what I give under the brand Solace Empowering Minds. And to brief it up, I work with women and adolescents now my adolescence, like mainly I'm focusing on the screen de-addiction, because many parents, many children of approximate age of 12 to 18, 19, they are suffering from the screen addiction things, and parents are really worried about their career, because 9, 10, 11, 12 students, if they're totally engaged with screens, either for their games or some other activities other than academics, they are
Mm-hmm.
losing out on mental and physical health. And being a psychologist, a counselor, guide, mentor, a life coach, and working with children, I've been working with 5-year-olds also, teaching and guiding, mentoring them. And I've even been teaching now to the MA psychology students who are almost 50, 60 plus also. So, with
Mm-hmm.
a wide range of experience of people of different age groups, academically as well as non academically, I feel that these adolescent children need a proper guidance in every aspect of their life. And for women, I would like to say that if they're stuck anywhere in life, even for the slightest problems with their mother, for mother-in-law, sister-in-law problems, or their own career problems, they are like of about 40 plus. Now they want to have a startup, or they're stuck with gaining confidence with the digital age, like even doing a simple Paytm or attending a Zoom class. I've met women who are really struggling with all these things. I would really love to help these people, these women, come out of that distress. And startups, I've helped women to in their startups also. So they can connect with me if they have any ideas, and I would really guide them. And last but not the least, I help in women becoming financially independent by teaching them simple investments. So you can connect with me for all those things. Visit my website www.rinkujain.com, and you can have all my services listed there. And you just have to chit chat with me just to distress yourself. I'm available.
Great. Thanks for sharing that. And that's really a lot that you're doing for and empowering women and also the, I would say, the new generation which is coming up right now. So thanks for sharing that, and thank you for sharing a light on this. And for all those listeners, if you have really felt that this conversation has helped you, go ahead, share your feedback, share your comments into the comment section. And if you are serious about moving from that treadmill of that stuck feeling of your life, don't miss our energy reset session that we are going to have. It's an in person live event on the December 14th at Pune at the JW Marriott, and all the details and things will be shared in the link below. So go ahead and reserve your spot right now. So great. Thanks, Rinku, for joining us out here, and thanks for the audience to be with us for this time. And let's stay connected until the next session.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Poonam. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
this. And I would just add on a last thing,
Yes, go
that
ahead.
yes, I would love to chit chat with the women if they are interested.
Okay, great. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining us for this wonderful conversation. Anything you needed, please feel free to reach out to us through our WhatsApp number, which is displayed on the screen. And take care. Have a good rest of the day. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.